Hey, what's up guys? This is Richard at Big Motorsports, and today I'm going to be talking about the HISUN Strike 1000 EFI and EPS. So this Strike and HISUNs in general are really well put together. I want to talk about that a little later on, how they're manufactured, but I want to start off with some features on this vehicle. You get a lot of stuff that you have to add to other vehicles. For example, on this one you get the two-piece windshield, the roof, and the 4,500-pound synthetic rope winch. Other brands that we sell, Can-Am, Polaris, you have to add that to a lot of them, if not all of them, and it's nice to already have them included from the factory. This two-piece windshield here, the advantage of that is, hot summer days, especially in Alabama, you're going to want some airflow, right? And even though you don't have doors, if you've ever been one of these out in the middle of the day, you're either out riding the trails or you're going hunting, what have you, you're going to want some more airflow. So you can take off that top piece, have just the quarter windshield down here, get some air in there. Looking at the interior of this vehicle, you're going to see a lot of stuff that you're really going to want to see on a premium side-by-side. And for example, your two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive selection, rear diff lock, turn signals on this one as well. And as well, of course, your high and low headlights, everything like that that you expect to see. But then also stuff that you don't expect to see that you have to add to other vehicles as well, like the mirrors. Always helps to be able to see behind you. And especially at night, if you've ever tried backing one of these up in the dark without a mirror, let alone, even with mirrors, it can be tough. But with the mirrors on there, it's just going to help you out daytime, nighttime, keep you safer. Moving around to the front of this, you do get that winch I was telling you about, an integrated bumper. It's really nice to see the 4,500-pound winch on this guy because most of the standard is going to be 3,500 pounds, and that gives you that little extra bit of oomph. If you get stuck, if one of your buddies get stuck, you need to pull them out on a day ride or a night ride when you're out in the mud, it's going to help you out. In the back of the vehicle, you do have a bed. It's not a dump bed, but it's a 350-pound capacity back here, and it's perfect for strapping down a cooler, strapping down your gear if you're going hunting, or all of your other cargo can fit back there. And 350 pounds, it's for not being a dump bed is really nice. You do get two seats in this guy, not three. It's not bucket seats. It is bucket seats. It's not a bench seat here. There is the hump in the middle, so you can't really add a third person there, but it kind of gives you that sporty styling that you want in something like this. It's not really a straight up utility vehicle. It's a blend of sport and utility. Something else about these that you're really going to like is the dual 8-arm suspension. Of course, going to keep you steady on the trails and the ruts, and it's going to just lead to an altogether more comfortable and safe ride. And that also gives you a really nice 13 inches of ground clearance. You see a lot of 11, a lot of 12-inch ground clearance in these kind of vehicles. Even stuff like, say, Can-Am, Polaris, that extra inch is really nice to have. And of course, you do also get the CVT in this vehicle, the continuously variable transmission. That's actually one of the only things that the Strike really isn't manufactured in-house. The electronics and the CVT are brought in from outside companies, but everything else at HISUN is made on site, from the frame, the engine. They have a powder coating facility, a CNC facility, which is really nice. And something that I recently learned is that they're really tight about the way that they're manufacturing these vehicles. What I mean by that is they're even temperature controlled in their CNC buildings and everything like that, which means so they keep it at a steady temperature, which means that the parts are going to come out the exact same every time for an exact fitment. It's not something you're going to want rattles or anything like that on these, especially if you're stuck out in the middle of the woods. You don't want that one part that's a little different to break. And that really makes me more comfortable when I'm out off the beaten path. Something else that's fantastic about HISUN as a whole is that all of their premium units like this come with a 2-year warranty, which is fantastic. You'll see 1 year on a lot, you'll see 6-month on others, especially on the vehicles that are kind of a blend of sport and utility like this. So that's really extra peace of mind. And of course, because the winch, roof, windshield already comes on it, it's part of that warranty. Anything that you don't do to it, now if you hit a tree, that's on you. Or if you rip your winch out of the front, that's on you. But if you're riding and your dash quits, if you have electrical failures that aren't due to customizations, you're covered on this 2-year warranty. But I really like this vehicle. I love the styling of it as well. The fuel injection is another part of it. It's made by Delphi instead of HISUN. They actually bring that in from other places. Like I said, the electronic components are the only really things, that and the CVT, that aren't made in-house, which means that they have complete control over their manufacturing process and their supply chain. Now, there is also an assembly factory in Texas, as well as in China, which means you're going to be able to get parts faster from that facility in Texas, which is really nice. One last thing I'll say about HISUN as a whole that I really like is 1 in every 100 units is taken out of the production line and actually put through a test. They ride it, they have a test track, there's little jumps on it, there's mud, everything you're going to want to put this through, they run it through the tests. So come in, check out the Strike 1000 with power steering on this guy, and I'll be happy to show you more. Just ask for Richard when you get here, guys.